Hey everybody, it's Brandon with Highly Flavored. So I'm making this video as a troubleshooting video for the DIY CISS. I'm making this video because, if you install the DIY CISS and in the event that, you're having issues, I wanted to be able to help you. So these are some of the most common issues that I have seen customers have, and I wanted to be able to create a video that basically explains where that issue may come from. Okay, so let's first start with some of the most common things that I see customers come across. So let's say, for one, if your white ink is leaking inside your printer, or ink is leaking, most commonly where that stems from is the T and the Y connection that you had to set up inside of your print head. So when you had to set up this T and the Y connection inside of your print head, now, you might have used yellow tubing, and that's okay. I've kind of learned throughout this last 2 years since I've made the original video that it's kind of better to use clear tubing, so that way I can see the white. But the main problem that I see is that these lines, for most customers, be pinched. And you want to make sure that these lines are kind of not pinched, that they're easy to, you see how mines are pretty, easy to maneuver, like the ink can easily flow, is basically what I'm trying to say. Like if you have like pinches and it's not easy for your ink to flow, then that's why your ink is kicking back. So you want to make sure that your white ink basically does not have any obstacles to basically get to these dampers. Okay, so go back and look at your T and Y connections, and if you see that you got like pinches in your lines where it basically looks like, hold on, I can kind of give you an idea. Like, let me just grab this charger cord. If it looks like, pinches and bends and, things like that, where, it just looks like it could be blocked, like it doesn't look like it can be, clear flow, then you probably, need to cut the cord and probably make your lines a little better. Okay. Like I said, I use clear tubes just so I can easily see if my white is flowing correctly. So that's if your white ink is either flooding your printer, or if your white ink is not printing at all. This is probably the reason. This is 99.9% of the time the reason why your white ink is not printing. All right, so another reason why your ink could be flooding is on the back of the CISS where the numbers is. Make sure your CISS is set to 015 right here. You want to make sure, as it says here, that the CISS is set to 015. Any other setting can damage the printer. Of course, when you're doing the setup, sometimes people ask the bracket. If you're at the top, you see that it's been replaced with the silver washers and the screws. So let me just throw that in there. Also, people ask about the ink order. Make sure when you're installing these that you do not mix up these cords, like from the CISS to the printer. The way that it should go from right to left is waste tank. Like if I'm going from the right of the CISS to the left, waste tank, white, black, yellow. Then I'm white, black, yellow, magenta, blue, and then white. So white, then the second one right here, black, yellow, magenta, blue, white. And that's also how you would put it in CADlink. So if you noticed, sometimes people ask, how do I put the ink order in CADlink? You might think the ink order goes like this, but it doesn't. And the reason being is because if you look how the chords go, this chord goes to this first damper. So this chord is really this one. So the black, the last one right here is really the second one. So the way it goes in CADlink is white, black, yellow, magenta, cyan, white. So these are just some of the most common things that I see. Also, let's see some other common things. If you're getting error messages on your screen saying like there's a paper jam or a foreign object, more than likely you probably dropped something in the printer. If you're getting messages or if you're saying if your printer doesn't come on, then you probably touched something over here and you probably undid a wire, and you probably need to go back over there and probably figure out where you touched because you probably messed something up over there. Yeah, so just be careful, y'all. But yeah, those are some of the most common things that I see. Just be careful when you're setting up your stuff here. Definitely be careful here. Be careful overall. And definitely be careful over there because that's where all your wires, your power cords and stuff is. But yeah, those are some of the most common things I see. If you do have any questions or concerns, I know I'm on multiple social media platforms, but the best way to reach me is at support@shophighlyflavored.com. That's support@shophighlyflavored.com. Shop highly flavored with an ed.com. All right. That is the best way to reach me. Please email me. I also have a free 15-minute video troubleshooting call on my website. Now, I will tell you that those things do get booked up. And sometimes it can get booked like 3 weeks out. Unfortunately, sometimes because it's 3 weeks out, people do not show up to them. Like, unfortunately, I'll say probably like 50% of the time, I'm just sitting there waiting and nobody comes. So if you do book, please show, because, you know, I dedicate like 2-3 hours out of my day just to give free calls to kind of help people. And y'all know time is money. So, yeah, but I made this video to kind of just help with common issues. But if this video did not answer your issue or you have more questions, just go ahead and email me at support@shophighlyflavored.com or book that video call. But if you need that immediate assistance, just go ahead and email me. And if you got the CISS, it might help, you know, to help me, go ahead and take a picture of your inside so I can kind of see this. Take a picture of this view, like kind of take a picture of this view right here, kind of like how this looks in your screen. take a picture of this view so I can kind of see how it looks, kind of show me how it looks on the inside of your print head. Get a clear shot like that, and get a clear shot of how it looks inside of there. All right. And then show me what it looks like in your set ink order in CADlink. But I hope this video, you know, kind of answers some common issues that, you know, you may have with the DIY CISS. Other things, as far as running the CISS, do not run the CISS while printing. I know in the original video, I stated that there's been some updates to the CISS since then. So you only need to run the CISS 10 to 20 minutes before you start printing, and then cut it off. And then you do your print head clean to start the day. And then after that, you'll just go ahead and, you know, start printing. So, you know, you only need to really run it about 10 to 20 minutes a day. And from there, you'll be good to go. You can, you know, if you're going to be gone for extended amounts of time, then you can run it all day. But you got to make sure you have that automated maintenance set up in CADlink, like I showed in the original video, for it to, you know, make sure you have the automated print head cleans to go. But that's pretty much it. That's really all I had for this video. That is the most common troubleshooting. I kind of wanted to break this printer down and kind of start from this view, because this is the most important part. Like, where we're at right now is the most important part, and this is where you can really mess up at. So I wanted to show this part because this is where problems can happen, and this is where I kind of see some customers mess up, and this is where issues happen. So I hope this helps. Peace.